Hi everyone, it's Alex, your self-proclaimed queen of the ring, and I am here with your Smackdown review for October 11, 2019 here on Wrestling with Regret. Should that be a new theme song? I don't know. Let's talk about it, Brian. I don't think it should be, though. I do want to apologize for all the earblood I provided to everyone last week. That wasn't a good mic. Sorry. So I'm going to deal with this beautiful mic for now until, I get all the YouTube monies and I can afford a better mic. But it is draft week here in the WWE universe, which means that we are laying to rest the wild card rule. That rule was so confusing. It was like, wait, but this person is on this roster, but then they just showed up on this show, but then they're fighting in this pay-per-view for this title, but they're not really on this show to be fighting for that title. It was really confusing. So we start off the show with Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, and this is a high quality match showcasing two of the top guys in the company. And it was, worthy of a pay-per-view. Lots of near falls. I actually thought that Roman was going to get it when he didn't sell the turnbuckle bomb, the buckle bomb, and then he super punched Seth Rollins. So I thought that he was going to win. And then at the end of the match, when Seth Rollins was doing his burn it down chant, the lights went off and the Fiend was coming. And this was good. I liked it. When they cut off the lights for the Fiend, and that music hits where it's like, boom. They did it at the exact same time as the chant where it went burn it down. And then the lights went down. They probably didn't plan it that way, but I really liked that. It just built up the suspense for me even more with that. So good job to whoever perfectly timed that right. So the Fiend cuts a hole, comes up from under the ring, as we've seen so many times with The Undertaker, Cain, you name it, you've seen it. But those moments when a character like that comes from under the ring, so creepy, it's still so great. And the lights just going off, and the way that he's pulling Seth Rollins actually climbed out of the hole. Then the lights turn back on, and then you see Bray Wyatt's head just pop out from under the ring, just looking at Seth Rollins. And then he goes back down, lights cut off again, and then he suddenly just shows up on the top of the ramp on the stage. So because of that interference, the match ended in a disqualification, and they declare that Raw is going to get the first pick in the draft. Bray got a very, very big pop. As soon as the lights cut down, the crowd was hot for Bray. And I'm pretty sure the crowd still isn't over the whole wonky ending from Hell in a Cell. So it was good to see the Fiend kind of get a redemption from Hell in a Cell with this attack. It was a good way to open up the show. I'd give that match 4 stars. And then it ended well with Bray Wyatt. So it was a solid match. So moving on to the first round of the draft. They're going to do 2 parts of the draft. We did the first part on Smackdown, and then the second part is going to be this Monday on Raw. So we have 70 superstars, but only 30 are eligible. And the very first pick for Monday Night Raw is Becky Lynch. See, that doesn't make any sense to me, because Becky Lynch is already the Raw Women's Champion. So wouldn't you just assume that your champion is going to stay on your show because they want to defend the championship of the show on the show? And then the second one is Roman Reigns to SmackDown Live. But wasn't Roman Reigns representing SmackDown Live in the match that you had 2 seconds ago? To me, that just seems like you wasted 2 picks, but I don't know, whatever. Then the third pick is the OC. They're going to Raw. The fourth pick is Bray Wyatt going to SmackDown Live. And I'm actually all right, I'm pretty excited about that. For the first round, I thought it was going to be a little bit more exciting than this. I thought maybe we were going to have an NXT call up. And they're actually making it seem like the draft is just as important as the NFL draft, because they're actually having correspondents from Fox Sports chime in on it. It just doesn't appeal to me to have these correspondents just tell me their opinion on the draft when they literally have not watched wrestling in about 20 years. The fact that Troy Ackerman, I'm probably saying that wrong. I'm so sorry, NFL heads. He was asked what his signature move would be on the field, and he said a pile driver. You clearly have not watched wrestling in a few years, sir. These whole little segments would be fun and amusing to me if it seemed like these people knew what the hell they were talking about. The second match on SmackDown tonight was King Corbin versus Chad Gable. His name is Chad Gable. I am not calling him Shorty Gable. That is an insult. That is wrong. I am not calling him that. His name is Chad Gable. God damn it. He is an Olympian and he does not deserve that. I don't understand why we had this match again. I'm going to have to give this match like 2 stars because this was a good match. It definitely was a better match than what they had in Hell in a Cell. But I just think that this match ended the same way it always ends. Chad Gable gets King Corbin in an ankle lock. Corbin gets out of the ankle lock, puts him in the end of days. 1, 2, 3. It's over. I feel like I've seen that ending to this exact same match so many times. Corbin just won the King of the Ring tournament. I mean, he should be ranking up, going up against somebody else, getting another piece of gold, like Intercontinental, United States. And Chad Gable is just, he's so good. He doesn't deserve to be named Shorty. It seemed like American Alpha was just so long ago. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give this match 2 stars. It is what it is. Corbin won and that was that. But then after that match, we get the second round of the draft. The 6th pick going into Monday Night Raw is Randy Orton. The 7th pick going to SmackDown Live is Sasha Banks. Wasn't expecting that. The 8th pick going to Monday Night Raw is Ricochet. And then the 9th pick going to SmackDown Live is Braun Strowman. And then the 10th pick going to Monday Night Raw is Bobby Lashley. The only exciting one is Sasha Banks because now she'll probably go against Charlotte Flair, but we'll get to that. But yeah, that's exciting. Next up, Brock Lesnar comes out to a roar of boos, or at least in my heart, setting up the match that's going to be in Crown Jewels against Cain Velasquez. Pretty much says that you can replay this promo over again the next night and it's still going to stand that Brock Lesnar is going to take down Cain Velasquez. And Cain Velasquez comes out with Rey Mysterio. And I like that he speaks Spanish. I don't really like that Rey Mysterio translated for him, but I understand because it was just one phrase. So like he's going to translate for him, because I do like what they did with Asuka and Kairi Sane, where they had them cut a promo in Japanese. So I thought that Cain Velasquez was just going to cut a promo in Spanish and then walk out. This is a pretty exciting match because Cain Velasquez and Brock Lesnar did have history in the UFC. Cain Velasquez beat Brock Lesnar within the first round of the main event. There's 5 rounds in a UFC main event, so that's like a pretty big deal. Cain Velasquez had a pretty good debut match for AAA. He was good, so it's exciting for him to sign with the WWE. For me personally, I do not support these Crown Jewel pay-per-views. If you do, that's fine. I'm not telling you you shouldn't, but if you still watch it, that's totally fine. You know, you're entitled to watch whatever you want. You clicked on this video. You didn't have to, but you did. But thanks anyway. But not to completely bring down the mood, another great promo from Paul Heyman. Now, the third match for SmackDown this week is The New Day versus the OC. This was a good match because we found out that the OC were going to go to Monday Night Raw. So this was their last match on SmackDown Live. And you know, it was a short match, but it was a good match. There was trouble in paradise for AJ Styles. He got hit, and Kofi gets the win for The New Day. That is the WrestleMania match I want to see so bad. So whenever Kofi and AJ Styles get in the ring together, it's just, you have my full attention. I give this match 3 stars. Kofi gets the win for the team, and I'm very happy that Kofi was the one to get the win for the team because he lost last week. Boosts up his ego and hopefully boosts up his confidence to get that WWE title back. After that match, we have your 3rd round pick for the drafts. It is as follows. Alexa Bliss is going to Monday Night Raw. Lacey Evans is going to SmackDown. Kevin Owens is going to Monday Night Raw. Very excited for that. The Revival are staying on SmackDown, and Natalya is staying on Monday Night Raw. Now, again, the same thing that I said about Becky Lynch. The Revival is your SmackDown tag team champions. They're not your tag team champions like how you have the women's tag team champions. They are the SmackDown tag team champions. So you would just assume automatically that people that are your TV champions would want to stay on your television program to defend these titles. Is that just me? Does that not register with anybody else? Then the 4th round pick, you have the Viking Raider War Machine extravaganza going to Monday Night Raw. You have a Lucha House Party going to SmackDown Live, which means that they moved up from 205 Live. So that's a move up to the main roster. Not an NXT move up, but it is a move up overall. So love to see it. Nikki Cross joining her tag team partner Alexa Bliss to Monday Night Raw. Heavy Machinery staying on SmackDown Live, and an official move up, which is the Street Profits going to Monday Night Raw. We already assumed that the Street Profits were on the main roster since you just had them hanging out backstage for, since SummerSlam. And those are the final draft picks for part 1 of the WWE draft week. All these draft picks are so underwhelming. The only ones I'm excited for is Sasha Banks going to SmackDown Live, Bray Wyatt going to SmackDown Live, and Kevin Owens going to Monday Night Raw. And I'm not being biased because I do SmackDown reviews, therefore I'm only excited for 2 SmackDown draft picks, but they're very 2 exciting draft picks for each of their divisions. So that's why I'm very excited for Sasha Banks and Bray Wyatt to be on SmackDown Live. But I'm also very excited for Kevin Owens to be on Monday Night Raw, because maybe he could finally have a good feud and get his Universal title back, because I would like to see that. I would like to see my man get his Universal title back. And when I say my man, I mean my friend. The main event for SmackDown Live this week was Charlotte Flair having a rematch, a Hell in a Cell rematch against Bayley. And this match, this match was so goddamn good. This match was really good. This match was better than the Hell in the Cell match that they had. Charlotte Flair comes out to a good pop. Bayley comes out with her music, with the inflatables. She cut her hair. She cut the ponytail. She cut her hair short. She comes out, wrecks her whole set. She cut up her inflatable buddies. Also cuts the music and has a little Tommaso Ciampa entrance with no music. Then runs into the ring and attacks Charlotte Flair. I would honestly give this match 5 stars, because the moonsault that Charlotte did off the barricade, the back and forth that they had. Bayley, when she was dominant in the match, it actually made sense that she was dominant in the match. It was a good match. Bayley at one point gets really, really pissed off that she didn't get the pin and starts yelling at the ref and just starts saying that she needs the title. The title is hers. Charlotte hits her with the natural selection. Bayley rolls up Charlotte Flair, and it looks like she's actually holding Charlotte Flair down. And it kind of looks like she cheated a bit, but then it works. It works for this gimmick. Bayley won. She debuts a new theme song. She dethrones Charlotte. I just can't emphasize enough how much better this match was compared to the match that they had on Sunday. This was a good moment for Bayley. And after she won, she got on the mic and she said, "Hey, bitches, screw all of you." And that was that. Dropped the mic, left SmackDown Live, the new SmackDown Women's Champion. That was great. That was the top moment of SmackDown Live this week. So pros, Bray Wyatt coming out, good pro right there. Bayley's heel turn, another good pro. The only cons for me was Shorty Gable. Come on, can we stop that? That's just, be a star. Come on. And then the draft picks, they were a little bit underwhelming. But now it's good to know the blueprint of who's on what and who's a freelance and who can just roam around freely without me getting confused. Because it's just probably going to be Cesaro, whoever. And Cesaro could go anywhere. He was on NXT UK. He can literally go anywhere. He could come over for dinner. He could do whatever he wants. But overall, a good episode of SmackDown. It was hard to top The Rock coming out for your first episode last week, but they held their own for this week for their second episode. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below on what you think of Bayley's heel turn, all of the draft picks for this week, and who do you want to get drafted next week on Monday Night Raw. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm at _Queen of the Ring on Instagram and at a Queen of the Ring on Twitter. And you can follow me on my YouTube channel, Queen of the Ring. If you haven't for this channel already, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell notifications to get notified when all of our reviews are up. As always, guys, my name is Alex, your self-proclaimed Queen of the Ring, and I will see you next week for another SmackDown review here on Wrestling with Regret. Bye, guys.